Welcome back, football fans. Today, we're diving into the heart of Scottish football. Scottish football has some cracking stadiums, some old, some new, well, let's just say they've seen better days. In this video, we're counting down the 10 biggest stadiums in the 2024-25 Scottish Championship, ranked by capacity. From the modern all-seaters to the old-school terraces, let's dive into the top 5 to kick things off. 10. New Douglas Park. Hamilton Academical's New Douglas Park might not be the biggest, but it's got character. Built in 2001, it replaced the original Douglas Park, which had been the club's home since 1888. The stadium has a simple design, just 3 stands, with the main stand holding most of the seats. The pitch is artificial, which some love and others hate. Hamilton has been bouncing between the Premiership and lower leagues for years, and this ground has seen it all. Top-flight survival battles, youth development success stories, and even a few cup runs. But here's the crazy part. New Douglas Park was once shared with Clyde and even used for youth Scotland matches. 9. Falkirk Stadium, Falkirk FC. Falkirk Stadium is one of the most modern in the Championship, replacing Brockville Park, which had been the club's home for over a century. Opened in 2004, the stadium was meant to be expanded into a 10,000-seater, but the project stalled. Falkirk once had serious ambitions of being a Premiership club, and their stadium reflects that. The main stand is large and impressive, with 2 smaller stands behind the goals. But there's one odd thing. You'll notice one side of the stadium is empty. That's because the club never got around to building the 4th stand. 8. Starks Park, Raith Rovers. Now we're getting into old-school territory. Starks Park, home of Raith Rovers, has been standing since 1891, over 130 years. It's a mix of modern seating and old-fashioned terracing, and it's seen some proper Scottish football history. The South Stand is a classic. It was brought over from Aberdeen's Pittodrie in the 1920s. That's right, they recycled a stand from another stadium. Raith Rovers' biggest moment came in the 1994-95 season when they won the Scottish League Cup and played in Europe. Starks Park was rocking back then. 7. Almondvale Stadium. Livingston's Almondvale Stadium is one of the newest in the league. Opened in 1995, it was built for a club that didn't even exist in its current form before the 1990s. Livingston was originally Meadowbank Thistle, a club from Edinburgh. Almondvale has a proper enclosed bowl design, making it feel bigger than it is. It hosted European football when Livingston had their brief rise to the Premiership and even won the Scottish League Cup in 2004. 6. Excelsior Stadium, Airdrieonians. Also known as the Penny Car Stadium for sponsorship reasons, this stadium is a bit of a hidden gem. Opened in 1998, it replaced the old Broomfield Park, which had been Airdrieonians' home for over a century. It's a proper all-seater stadium, and it meets the criteria for top-flight football in Scotland. The problem? Airdrieonians haven't been in the top flight since the 1990s. Excelsior has a symmetrical design, with 4 covered stands and decent facilities. It's been used for various events, including youth internationals and even some rugby matches. 5. Somerset Park. This is the heart and soul of Ayr United. It's one of the last remaining traditional-style stadiums in Scottish football, offering a raw, old-school experience. Opened in 1888, Somerset Park is one of the most atmospheric grounds in Scotland. With its famous terraces and proximity to the pitch, it's a ground where fans truly feel part of the action. Notably, Somerset Park is known for its classic floodlights, adding to the nostalgic feel of the stadium. Besides, it once held 25,000 fans, showing how much the game has changed in terms of stadium safety and regulations. Also, Ayr United has spent much of its history bouncing between the Championship and League One, but their fans remain some of the most loyal in Scottish football. Overall, many supporters and neutrals alike believe Somerset Park is one of the best lower league football experiences in Scotland. 4. Firhill Stadium. Firhill has been the home of Partick Thistle since 1909, and while it sits in Glasgow, it has a very different feel from the city's famous Old Firm grounds. Firhill has seen Partick Thistle rise and fall through the divisions, with periods of Premiership football and lower league struggles. It also served as a temporary home for other clubs, including Clyde and Queen's Park. Notably, the stadium's main stand is an architectural gem, holding on to much of its original structure. Besides, Firhill has hosted rugby matches, concerts, and even political rallies over the years. Also, despite being in a football-mad city, Partick Thistle has built a unique identity with a cult following. Overall, fans call the team the Jags, and the stadium's atmosphere reflects their passionate, underdog spirit. 3. East End Park. Home to Dunfermline Athletic, East End Park is a classic Scottish football stadium that has hosted generations of passionate Pars fans. Originally built in 1885, East End Park has undergone several renovations, most notably in the late 1990s, to bring it up to modern standards. Dunfermline Athletic has spent time in both the Premiership and lower leagues, making this ground a key battleground for their ambitions. Notably, the stadium has hosted European nights, including famous matches against clubs like Werder Bremen and Bordeaux. Besides, the Norrie McCarthy stand, named after a club legend, is the heartbeat of the stadium. 2. Cappielow Park. One of Scotland's most traditional football stadiums, Cappielow Park is the proud home of Greenock Morton. Nestled on the banks of the River Clyde, this ground has seen it all since opening in 1879. Cappielow is a true football relic. It's been Morton's home for nearly 150 years, making it one of the longest-serving stadiums in the Scottish game. Over the decades, it's hosted everything from top-flight matches to legendary cup runs. Notably, the Cowshed Stand is famous for its old-school terracing and passionate home support. Besides, Cappielow's record attendance was 23,500 in 1922, showing how much football has changed. 1. Hampden Park. This is home to Queen's Park, Scotland's oldest football club, and sits right next to the famous Hampden Park. After decades of using the National Stadium, Queen's Park finally moved into their redeveloped Hampden. Originally a training facility, Hampden was upgraded to become Queen's Park's permanent home. The club's shift from amateur to professional status fueled the demand for their stadium. The upgrade was completed in 2023, making it one of the newest venues in Scottish football. Notably, Hampden's location next to Scotland's National Stadium makes it truly unique. Also, the stadium's modern design and compact seating create an intense matchday atmosphere. And there you have it, 10 of the biggest stadiums in the 2024-25 Scottish Championship. These grounds are packed with history, character, and passionate fans. From the modern comforts of Hampden to the old-school charm of Somerset Park, Scottish football has something for everyone. Which of these stadiums is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of football. See you in the next video.